Hello everyone. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. It's really kind of cloudy today in Scotland, but I think it's going to rain, which is good because all the grass is dead and all the plants are dead because we've had such warm weather. So I'm looking forward to a real good thunderstorm or something. There's a fly buzzing about also. I've got my doors open, you see, they come in. And Mr. Mike and Poppy are meant to be the fly catchers, but they're just lying there. Homework for this live stream. Let me just in my book. There. There, I've got you, but I don't know if I'm still buffering. Hi, Amy, Lewis, Dora, Carly. Hi, everyone. See, I'm buffering, I think. Am I buffering for everyone? Am I better now? Is it just... We'll give it a second or two. Sometimes it takes a little minute. Hi, Maxine. I'm from Scotland. Oh, there's my lovely Ralph. Oh, hi, my sweet darling Ralph. Hi, Majestic. Well, for this live stream, I have been doing research, and I've been. Hi, Lala. And I've been really enjoying it also because I've been looking into the first emperor of China. And if you're interested in history and things like that, you should really look at this because I'm hooked on it. And look, I've done homework. Can you see the home? I've drew diagrams and everything. You're from Glasgow, Maxine. Me too. I'm from Glasgow also. I was brought up in Easterhouse, so another Scot in the house, which is always good. So I'm probably going to babble on for a bit, so I won't be able to read the chat, but I'll just let you know what I've been doing and what I've been... Ralph, I love you more. I love you more, Ralph. So I'll just tell you what I've been looking at and the kind of things that I've been doing. And after this live stream, you might want to look this stuff up because it's so interesting. Okay, I've been looking at the first emperor of China, and he was the one that made all the terracotta army. And if you haven't seen that, you need to look at that. The terracotta army was built in 246 BC. So that's a long time ago. 2,200 years ago, approximately, they say, the terracotta army was made. And it was made by the Emperor Qi, or Chai, I think you pronounce his name. And he was a really, really nasty... Do you know what I've got here? I don't know if you can see, but I've got China's first emperor equals nasty piece of work. Nasty piece of work. That just means, in Scotland term, he's not a nice fellow. Wasn't a nice fellow at all. In fact, I think the more I look into it, I think he was like a kind of serial killer back in the day. But he was a serial killer with power. So he could order executions and he could order all these things to be done and, you know, enjoy watching it, and there's no consequence for his actions, kind of thing. So, the terracotta army, There was a man, just a normal man, digging a well back in 1974. Digging a well, and he comes across a little bit of what he thought was pottery. And he kept digging, and him and his friends were digging this well, and they kept digging, and they started to find like arms, terracotta arms and legs and things like that. And they panicked because they thought, oh, we've stumbled across a temple of some sorts. And it was kind of like Tutankhamun's tomb. They felt back in the 80s, if you were to stumble across anything like that, it was bad luck. So they panicked. But the historians stepped in and obviously started, the more they dug, the more they thought, wow, it's a treasure here. I've just knocked everything off my table, but we're okay. So, the whole of this, if you ever look online at what the emperor had made, it was massive. In fact, it was 10,000 football fields worth. 10,000 football fields worth that he made in 37 years. Now, 37 years isn't a lot for the amount of work that had been done. And the people that built the terracotta warriors and everything were terrified because they were all in groups. And if you were in a group and there was one person in your group that was slacking off, the whole lot of you would be executed. Hi, Rosemary. The whole lot of the whole group would be punished. They made sure that their work was absolutely precise. So 10,000 football fields worth that they done. And each one of these terracotta warriors, if you have a look at them, is 400 pounds each. And they're about 7 feet tall. And every single one of them is different. There's not two that are the same, which I think absolutely amazing. All these, and so far they've only excavated 1,900, but there's more to come. They know that there's more to come. There's probably 5 times that worth to come. And each of the warriors were all done in beautiful colours, reds and blues, and they were all beautiful. And there was archers, there was horses and carts, there was all these different things. So 1,900, so far, the things I've been watching, that's what they've brought up so far. But they found as well weapons, and these weapons are like samurai swords and things like that. But they've never been used because they know they've never been used because the blades are so perfect. And these blades and everything were forged especially for these terracotta warriors. And there was these other things. Whereabouts was this? Yes, Majestic. This is the terracotta warriors I'm talking about in China. Maxine, I've done many documentaries I've watched the past few days. It is so interesting and I love stuff like this. I really get into I really get into it so much. So the weapons were absolutely perfect. And the arrowheads, they said, was the most perfect arrowheads they'd ever seen. Don't forget, we're going back 246 BC. And they also made crossbows. And they could tell with some of the figures that they've got, these crossbows, the man had to lie down with his feet in it to pull the crossbow to lodge it. So these crossbows and everything were top notch. And they were all made for all these terracotta warriors that are there. Every single one of them had a weapon. But like the wood part had disintegrated over time. And they were left with just like bronze bits in the dirt. They also found these weapons, which are kind of horrible and, you know, but a genius in a way. And it was like long spikes like this, but they also had a bit coming out the side like that. And what they were basically for would be to kill the horse, and then when the person fell off the horse, they'd have an extra weapon to kill them. Absolute brutal, absolute brutal. Watching it and thinking, wow, you know, that people actually done that. So I've mapped you out a little map. Wait till I show you my drawing's terrible, but I just want to show you a little bit of it. This here, each one of these little bits here, I've got dots inside them, are absolutely crammed with terracotta warriors all the way along the top here. They're all along here, loads of them. And as I say, some of them are kneeling down, some of them are standing up, some of them are on horses. You know, they're all every single one of them is different. All these little bits here. And then if you look, I've got a hill drawn here, and in this mountain, if you look inside the mountain, there's a little square here, and that's for the emperor's tomb. They've never actually got to the emperor's tomb, and they'll probably do that in the future. But in the emperor's tomb, you see all these squiggly lines I've drew. These are meant to be rivers and seas of mercury. They've no idea how they managed to get mercury there or anything, but apparently around this man's tomb is seas of killer snakes. No, I was tempted to put a little hissy tongue on the end of them. But it's meant to be seas and lakes of mercury. How strange is that? But as well as that, meant to be in this tomb. In this tomb, he's meant to have like a bronze, what do you call it? Cart. What do you call it? The go-kart thing that the horses pull, carriage. He's got a bronze carriage, but it's not only just bronze. It's gold and silver and all this kind of stuff on it. Oh, Matt, hello. Hi, Tyler, or Taylor. Hello, as Mrs. Dowater would say. So in this tomb, he's meant to have this bronze carriage, and that is for in the afterlife. See, I think they probably thought a lot like the ancient Egyptians, but in the afterlife, they thought, I need this really, really good carriage to get around, you know. In the afterlife, he was a terrible man, as I says. He was a nasty piece of work, and he enjoyed killing. He enjoyed watching killings, and it didn't matter if you were family. You know, he would just kill like that. The man. In fact, his mum and his stepdad. His mum had found another man, and the other man was meant to be a eunuch, and I think that means not having any kind of personal parts. But it turned out it wasn't, and he did personal parts, and his mum ended up having 2 children by this man, and it was 2 boys, and for 6 or 7 years she kept them secret because she knew if she told the emperor, who was her son, about these boys, you know, she would be in trouble. But there was some people in the palace that were like snitches, and they went and told him that his mum had these children, blah, blah, blah. So he came and he saw the children, and he sat down with them, and he was going, oh, hello, I'm your big brother, and how he's doing, and being nice. And then as soon as he left the room, he had people kill them. And then his stepfather, he didn't kill his stepfather, but he put shame on his stepfather. And that was really bad in China back in the day. So the stepfather ended up committing suicide. You know, it was just carnage. Oh, thank you so much, Unikitty. I love you too. So it was like the man just loved absolute carnage. So he killed loads of people, And then he started to think, oh, in the afterlife, maybe all these people's souls will come after me. Because he started to think about all the things he had done. And that's the reason that he built all these terracotta soldiers to protect him in the afterlife. And they had all these state-of-the-art back then weapons that had never been used, and carriages and horses and everything like that. So also that they found not far from my diagram there. Now there's loads more. This is just a wee bit. There's loads more that you can look up. But not far away from where all this is going on, they found mass graves. And it's mass graves of the workers that worked there. Oh, thank you so much, Alicia. And hello to beautiful Sweden. So they found these mass graves far away from where all these warriors are. And the thing was, inside the graves, they had little plaques that told the name of the person that was in the grave and why, what they'd done for a living, etc. And the program I was watching, it was a man, and he was in the grave because he owed money to the government. And if you owed money to the government back in the days, you were basically a slave. And they made them build all this army for him. And as I said, they'd be in groups. So if one person in that group was rubbish at their job, the whole group would be sacrificed. So they made sure that they'd done the most perfect work. And that's why it is so absolutely perfect. Everything is so perfect with this. But I have been glued to it. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen any pictures of the terracotta warriors. It is so fascinating. And I love it. So I'm hoping that they eventually go down in this emperor's tomb and see these seas of mercury. I mean, my goodness, wouldn't that be something? I don't know why they can't. I don't know if they're not allowed to because it's sacred land. I don't know the ins and outs of that part, but I think I'd be drilling a hole through that mountain. I want to see the gold carriage. That's what I want to see. Not so much the mercury, because I know that's poison. That's poisonous, the mercury. But seas and rivers it's meant to be. And they also said his tomb, the ceiling was like stars or something like that. So I don't know if they've put the constellations on the roof. I'd love to see it. Oh, Maxine, thank you so much. It's just I'm really into this just now. I'm loving as I say, I've done my homework. I've been sitting watching it, and I mean that's just a tiny bit. You actually need to see the real thing. It is so breathtaking. And I don't know if I said to you, because I was talking to my mum earlier as well about this. All these thousands of terracotta warriors that they had found, they were wondering if they are actually all individual, because they've all got different hairstyles and things like that. But they were wanting to see if their faces were all different or if it was like a mould. Certain moulds, they had maybe 20 moulds of different faces to put on these warriors. So you'll never guess what they used. Let me see if anybody knows. You'll never guess what they used to see if they were all different. I'm just going to be quiet for a second and see if anybody knows. How did they find out if they were all unique or if they were all like manufactured, the same kind of thing? I'll take a drink of my own brew. Nobody know? Right, nobody knows. So you're stumped as well. I was wondering how they'd be able to figure out, because you can tell their hairstyles are all different, or some people have got the same kind of hairstyle on these warriors. They found out that every single one is different by looking at their earlobes. I kid you not, their earlobes, because no two ears are the same. Even your own ears are different, slightly, minutely, but all different. So they took pictures of all these the 1,900 that they had dug up, and they took pictures of their earlobes and put them into a database, and every single one of them is different. There's not two the same. So then they know that the faces are different. Isn't that? I just found that absolutely amazing. Their earlobes would be the thing that they would go to see if the faces were the same. So there you go. I was, I was like, the more I look into it, the more I'm desperate to find out more. I wish I was there. I wonder if that's true with identical twins, Matt. Yeah, but they say, I mean, even your own ears, one ear is different from the other. Like the size of the lobe and all the rest of it. If you look online, you'll see. But that's how they found out that these 1,900 that they had dug up are in fact different, because not two of them were the same types of ears. It's just absolutely amazing and breathtaking. That, and do you know how long did I tell you how long it took them to build that? 37 years. And that isn't a long time, but as I say, they had all the thousands of workers working on this day and night, because he was obsessed with his death. Because he was the emperor was obsessed with watching death, and he was obsessed with his own death. So that's why he wanted to build this army and make sure in the afterlife he would have all these soldiers to look after him, and he had a fancy chariot to go about in and everything. Amazing. Oh, Maxine, you should watch it. It's unbelievable. It's actually breathtaking. It took my breath away. I mean, I was saying to my son, who's 17, he's not interested unless it's hot girls or something like that. No, he's not interested. I'm showing him, and he was going, nah, I've never really been bothered with history. I said, but it's amazing. Nah. So I thought, I'm going to talk to all of you today to see if anybody's interested in this kind of stuff, and if he's out to check it out, because it's just. And don't forget, all this was made 246 BC. A long, 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 long time ago. Oh, you need to watch it. There probably is loads about Tasha, but I watched it all on YouTube. If you just look up the first emperor of China or terracotta army, you'll find it all. Alicia, I'm not sure what it was called, but I just typed in the first emperor of China, and I typed in the terracotta army, and you find loads of them, and they're all kind of the same. They all talk about the same kind of thing. See, I'm on top chat. Oh, there's a fireman in the street. Mrs. Water will be out. Yeah, put it on live chat. Fireman. See, that's just took my complete attention away from this. Now I'm thinking about the fireman. Just in case there's a fire somewhere. Not that I'm looking for any other reason whatsoever, but I'm sure Mrs. Doubtwater over the road, she'll be out hanging out or washing or whatever. Yeah, check it out. Honestly, I'm so obsessed. And if they ever find the Emperor's Chamber, where this sea, they say rivers and seas of Mercury. I mean, I don't know much about Mercury or how it's formed or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure there's no seas or rivers going about. So she'll be out in her front lawn. Yep, Rosemary, she'll be out there with a bikini on, telling the firemen to come and check her smoke detectors. I know what she's like. Here, I wonder if my smoke detectors are okay. I might need to shout them in here. So, and do you know what else I was thinking about this? I was thinking, can you imagine the man that was digging the well? 1974. This was when they found all this. Can you imagine the man digging the well and starting to find all these relics? That would have been so saying that they thought it was a curse. They thought they'd be cursed. In Scotland, we'd be like, oh, cha-ching. Money. But they were digging a well and they came across all of this. Makes you wonder what else is out there that no one has found. Really, really weird. But the emperor he was, as I've wrote here, nasty piece of work. He was just a horrible man. And throughout all the battles, he didn't sit back in his palace while the battles were going on. He was out in front. He was the main man. He was into it, as we say. So that's what I've been watching, and I've been so interested in it. And now I'm itching to find out what's happening over the road because the firemen are there. I don't smell burning, but could be. So, do you know what else I'm going to watch? And I don't know if you have ever seen it. See, I watch. Oh, the other back out. Let's see. See them? See them? No, it's not. It's actually, if you type into YouTube, the first emperor of China or the terracotta army, you'll find it all. It's just something I've been looking at the past few days. That's just amazing to me. I love all this kind of stuff, like the pyramids. There's a theory about the pyramids actually being power plants that we might go into that next week. But there's a theory that the Grand Pyramid was actually used as a power plant back in the day. And I know that sounds like weird, but if you actually have a look it up, and they say that you can see watermarks inside the main pyramid, and all these shafts that run through the pyramid was like power getting moved and come out. So that's another thing. But just now I'm really interested in this, especially if we find the Mercury River, that's what I want to see. And I want to see his chariot that's made with bronze and gold and silver. Wouldn't that be good? My son actually said to me, what would they do if they found all this? And I'm thinking they would pull it all out and put it in a museum, wouldn't they? It would all be pulled out. It's been in there thousands of years. But it's really, honestly, it's something to look into. It's fascinating. So see, I love all that. Do you know, I'm probably just a nerd. That would be a crime, yes, Matt. That would be a crime. It would be horrible. But look at the Egyptian tombs, all the grave robbers and things like that. They just came and and some of them just went in and smashed everything. I mean, why? You just get people that are arseholes, in the world that do things like that. Personally, I would leave it all as it was. Yes, I'd probably have people could go and have a look at it. There'd be like maybe a staircase down or whatever, and you could go and you could have a look at it. But I'd leave everything the way it is. Don't forget, it's someone's grave at the end of the day. So leave it alone and just, you can observe it, but don't be taking stuff. But you know what humanity is like. They all want a piece of something. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. That's it for today. I think I'm going to get out in my garden. The rain's been off, but it's really stuffy. It's needing to thunder. It really is needing to thunder. I hope it does. I love thunder and lightning. Hope you're all doing well. I've had a lot of beautiful comments on my videos recently, and it really does make me smile because sometimes I'm out and it pops up on my phone that people have left. Oh, got a cotton bud. People have left lovely comments on my videos, and it really does make me smile and happy. So thank you everyone for being so wonderful to me. I love you all, I really do. And I just heard someone scream. That's Scotland for you though. It all kicks off on Fridays and Saturdays. People get mad with it. Oh, Rosemary, thank you so much. But anyway, I'm going to go because I'm going to get back into watching this stuff. I'm absolutely obsessed. But as I say, it's if you look at the Terracotta Army or the first Emperor of China, you'll find it all. And you'll be gripped, honestly, you'll be absolutely mesmerised and gripped because I'm blown away with it all. I'm drawing diagrams, for goodness sake. I was showing my mum I was going to, but that's just a tiny, tiny fraction of what he built. It's amazing. So anyway, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to, yes, have a look. You all love it. And next week when I come on, we can talk about it if you want, and you can tell me what you think and all that kind of stuff. Because I'd love to hear your opinion and what you think about it all. So thank you everyone for stopping by and talking to me this afternoon. It's been fun and I've rambled on and thank you for listening. And I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday, and I send you all my love and all my hugs. Bye everybody.